Howdy-o, good neighbors. Good evening, y'all.
What do you do?
So I'm joined today by Coby.
Coby, how's it going?
Good, and you?
I'm good.
So I was just thinking a little bit ago. I don't know about dream analysis.
I want to learn more about dreams.
I'm curious because.
What do you mean you don't know about dream analysis? You haven't studied it, or
I
you
know
don't know?
I haven't studied it, but here's the thing: if dreams mean something, if they actually meant something, then why is it that most people don't remember the dreams? If they actually mean something, that means, well, then they're important.
I think there's things you can find in your dreams. I think it is just your self-conscious sort of playing with yourself.
But if they're important and you forget them so easily, or at least you forget enough about it that you don't understand everything that's in it, then you could very easily take away the wrong interpretation.
Well, I don't think it's like
And it might
a
mess you up.
gift given by God or something, or like, I don't know. I don't think it's like you're given this dream and it's stuff for you to remember. It's like you just have dreams. It's just your mind playing with yourself and you're bored, and maybe sometimes they are.
Maybe it's dumping memories. It's dumping crap, kind of like cleaning up the hard drive so you got more space for the next day. Maybe. I drew a picture once, and I'm wondering if there's any analysis into it. I can't find the picture. I'd love to find it.
When did you draw it?
I don't know, like 19 or something.
Oh.
But it was kind of, but I liked the picture. I liked the picture because.
What was the picture of?
It was me.
Mm-hmm.
I was jumping off a cliff. But I was running towards a cliff, so you could only see. Well, I actually didn't see what was down below because the picture was from on top of the cliff, and I was running away from the viewer.
Is it a dream you had?
I don't remember. I just remember the dream. I just remember the picture. I'm running away from the person watching, so the person looking at the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, I don't know I'm running away from. I just mean you see my back as if I'm running away from you. It doesn't mean I'm running away from something, right? But it could be because I'm actually jumping off a cliff. So I'm like mid-stride. I've got one foot right on the edge of the cliff, my right foot. My left knee is up. My hands are like in the running motion.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one hand that's down, you can see the palm of it. You see the palm of it, but it was upside down like this because it was running like that.
Yeah.
And there was a face in the hand, like eyes and mouth and stuff. Crap, like there was eyes in the palm. And then you're looking, and then you jump. The cliff is here, and then you come around, and then you can see the cliff like this, and then it's like this, and then I don't remember if there's two suns in the sunset or not, but there might have been. A little call out to Pink Floyd. I had long hair at the time too. In the picture, and really.
Yeah. And is that from a dream you had, or is that just?
I don't know.
That's really
the long hair? No, I really did have long hair.
Yeah.
I only dream of having hair now.
You can get hair.
Yeah, I can. It's just mine is the bald spot.
I got a derma roller.
Yeah? You really need it.
My beard.
Yeah. Have you ever had any cool dreams that you kind of wonder if maybe they mean something?
Yeah, but I'll save that dream or those dreams for a separate podcast. But yeah, I mean, I have cool dreams all the time.
You should write them down.
I used to.
Apparently, if you write them down when you wake up, you get better at remembering them.
Yeah, probably. That kind of makes sense.
I actually
wanted to start doing that recently, but I remember I used to, like a year ago or something, like not last summer, but the summer before. I remember every time I had a dream, as soon as I wake up, I'd just film myself and I'd start speaking about the dream. And it's a lot better because it's like straight away, and it's not like writing down. You have to kind of wake up a bit to start writing it.
I remember a dream that I had a long time ago, and I don't know why I remember this part of it, but I was with a few friends on a boat, and one guy, Efom, he got his head stuck in between two bars, like two metal bars.
This is a dream.
Yeah, in the dream. But then his head got really big, and so the head was bigger than like he got it through the bars, but there's no way he could get out because the head got bigger, and he was like laughing. He's like laughing and stuff because he laughed. He had this really crazy laugh and stuff. And then we're going over a falls, and just as we're about to go over the falls, he starts chomping on strawberries, and there's like a few of us just sort of watching him. It's like, why are you enjoying these strawberries with your head stuck through these two bars, and we're going over waterfalls? But he was just like laughing away while eating strawberries.
I remember that happened to my friend once.
They went over the falls with strawberries with their heads stuck.
We were sitting at a tram stop, and he was sitting down on the bench, and he was just laughing. And then I think he went back because he was laughing, and his head went in between these two walls, kind of thing, like the two sides of the glass wall, and it got stuck. He couldn't get out. Like his head was stuck at an angle. And I was just laughing my ass off. So I grabbed my phone and I started recording it. And then after a couple seconds, he's like, "Oh, bro, like help," because like he couldn't move his head to like get out. So I just like moved his chin a bit, and he got out. It was really funny.
That makes me think of a time where I wish I had a video camera, but I didn't because, well, I was younger and didn't really have them. But it was Pumalo the human tree. Did I tell you about Pumalo the human tree?
You did.
Yeah.
But you can tell me again.
I don't really remember too much, other than he'd had too much to drink, and then he was standing still, and then somebody called his name, and he's like, "How did you know I'm here?"
Oh, I haven't heard that story. I was thinking about a different tree story. Didn't you tell me?
I probably I have lots of tree stories.
So what happened?
Well,
when he was drunk, that's what it is.
Yeah, and then we're like, "Hey, like Puma, let's go," or somebody said something to him, and he's like, he didn't answer at first, and then eventually he answered. He's like, "How did you see me?" He's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "I'm a tree." I'm a human tree. So I'm blending in with my environment. Yeah.
Becoming one with nature.
Yeah, exactly.
What times have you become one with nature?
There's probably too many to tell, but I'm not really thinking of a good one right now.
Go on, tell me.
No, I'm trying to think of one, but I'm sure many exist. One with nature. I don't know, but you know what? Do you know what I remember that was just really, really neat? I remember going camping near Lion's Head,
Where's
which
Lions?
it's off the Bruce Peninsula in Ontario, and we went, a bunch of us went camping one time there, and we did it a few times where when we got to this one particular campsite, we'd go into the lake, dive down, and you could get clay off the bottom of the bottom of the lake.
I remember
and you
this
come
story.
back, you bring the chunks of clay in and stuff, and then you just start kneading it to like knead out a lot of the like dirt and rocks and stuff, and then you just have this clay, and you can make a bowl out of it, a plate, and set it on the rock so that overnight it could dry out by the fire as well, and dry out, and then you could use it for like breakfast the next morning. That was really cool. And then one time at that same camp spot, I remember there was a few of us. We had 2 tents, and then we started hearing lots of noise, and it was a lot of noise. And
What
we
kind
thought,
of noise?
well, it was an animal, but we were pretty sure it was a bear. But we were also confused because we did a pretty good job of taking care of our food. Like we had a waterproof bucket bag, whatever, and we had it tied to a rope and had it in the water so that the bears couldn't smell it. Some people like to hang it up, but I don't know. It's like bears can still smell it. So I like putting things under the water. But anyways, all right. So this bear's going through the campground, but at one point, I don't know why, but Graham decided he was going to run from one tent to the other or go check out what was outside or whatever, something like that. But anyways, we were really good. We always put like, we were very careful with our garbage and all that kind of stuff. But it must have been a camper that was there before us. They left a can out. And this porcupine had got a tin can stuck on his nose, and he couldn't get his head out of it. So he's like running around blind kind of thing, freaked out, running into everything, and
You thought it was a bear.
and so we thought it was a bear, but it wasn't a bear. It's a porcupine.
Hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
Remember when we went to Lake Nipissing?
Yeah.
And I made those rocks.
Yeah.
With the mud from the lake.
Yeah.
Grabbed a bunch of mud from the lake and just like tried to get as much moisture out of it as possible. And then made little rocks and put it.
You're also the mud man when we're at
That's when I became one with nature.
Yeah.
I did mud baths all the time whenever we would go into the water.
Yeah.
I made you do it with me a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah. But just go in the lake, grab some mud from the bottom, and just.
It's good for the skin. It's good for the hair.
Exfoliate the skin.
Yeah.
Exfoliate the mind. And yeah, so I made rocks and I put them next to the campfire. And the next day, I had rocks, but it was just hard mud, so it didn't really do much.
Didn't amount to anything.
It's kind of broke in my hands.
Yeah.
And I never took any with me.
No. That's sad.
But it wouldn't have lasted anyways.
Yeah. I'd like to start writing down my dreams though.
Yeah, I really do need to, because
just to try, because I want to get better at remembering the dreams.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like living in a dream world.
It's very cool. I've lucid dreamt a couple times.
My favorite is when I was in school, falling asleep in class.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you like shake completely, like whoa, when you wake up, and then you're like, sometimes your books go flying.
Yeah.
Have you ever had your books go flying?
I don't really have books in class anymore, but I used to. Yeah.
I've had that happen a few times where like you wake up with a big jerk and like the books are on the floor and everybody.
Yeah, but I have that a lot where I'm like, kind of.
It's a clucking chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I usually wouldn't care, because like if I want to sleep, I want to sleep. But it's just like out of respect for the teacher, because if everybody's like not giving a crap and then I'm falling asleep, it's just
fair enough.
It's just not very nice.
I also kind of think that it's hard. It would be hard to do it for every lesson, but for the most part, I think teachers should make classes interesting, so that even if you were tired, you wouldn't want to fall asleep.
Yeah, but like, I mean, because a lot of the time it's just like you're tired, you can't do anything about it, and then they expect you to like not be tired, and not show any sort of symptoms of tiredness.
Yeah,
it's like you're tired.
Tired.
Get over it.
Yeah.
Do you like my shirt?
Yeah, this is your that's your Loblaws shirt,
Show
isn't it?
Show the shirt.
It's here for you.
Here for you. Show the back.
It must be Loblaws. There we go. Got this from a Value Village special.
Thrift store.
Yeah.
Here for the community, man. I'm here to help. Yeah. Peace and love.
That's right. Do you remember all the people working at the stores back then were helpful.
Yeah.
Because they were here for help.
We were.
Yeah.
And now I'm here to pass on that happiness, that joy, that.
What are some of your is there anything that you saw that was a bit of a custom when we were in Hespler?
What do you mean a custom?
A custom, like, I don't know, just people being extra friendly, holding doors for each other, and I don't know. Is there any
people
like little habits
each other.
that you picked up on there that you still try to emulate here? That you try to
smiling. I like to try to smile at people more.
Yeah,
and I have been doing that a lot.
That's good.
Instead of just angry, dead face, try to smile at people.
Do you ever try and just talk to people, ask them how they're doing, say hey, open up a conversation with people, whether you know them well or know them less?
Well, with people I know, yeah, but strangers sometimes. But it's usually like on a late night bus ride home.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know.
Like you'll talk to strangers on the bus on the way home?
Sometimes,
yeah.
I remember one time I was on the bus home and this guy, we were like in a 4-seater, and the bus was like pretty packed, and he just like starts pulling out beats and stuff, and he starts freestyling, and then there's like literally like 10 guys around us in like this 4-seater thing, like all standing around, and everyone's like taking turns freestyling and just saying whatever crap. Like it's all just
That's neat.
drunk guys on the bus, but it's like, yeah, it was cool.
That's neat.
And like he'd like say some like, I don't know, like spit something, and then he'd like pass it on to the next guy who do it in Luxembourgish, and the next guy would do it in French, and I do it in English, or yeah.
That's really neat.
And
I like that.
like none of us were saying anything like
Right.
worthwhile, but it was fun.
Just
It was
memories
cool.
are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ought to do that more. Like that or other things. Get out your guitar. Singing on the bus.
Yeah. That's cool. Any
Yeah.
stories like that?
Yeah, actually I did. I dated a girl that I met on the train once. We met on the train. I can't remember where we were going.
When was this?
I must have been like 17 or 18.
In high
probably.
school?
I think I was in high school. I think it was.
Where was the train going?
I'm trying to remember. I was in. I know I got off in Guelph, but I don't remember where I was before that. Because
Where
I
did
didn't
she
take.
live? You're still living at home, right?
Yeah, it was right after I think my first year of university. I think. Unless it was after high school. It might have been after I graduated high school and before university. That's also possible.
How long did you?
That
live
might
there
even be
for?
more likely. Well, not very long. It didn't really last.
Well, how
Maybe
long?
a month or two. Maybe a couple of months. I don't know. Didn't really last. I think it was just kind of neat that we met and started chatting and then started hanging out and then
So how did the conversation start?
good question. I haven't thought about this forever. I don't remember really, but I think we were sitting next to each other, or not necessarily next to each other, but like sometimes you get like two seats facing two seats. I think it was something like that, and I think we just started chatting.
I feel like that's so much easier then as well, because you don't have like earphones in all the time.
Yeah, there's.
I mean, you had Walkmans, right? But
yeah, but I probably didn't have it with me.
yeah. Was that a common thing for people to have that in, like a Walkman?
No, not really. I mean, I would use one when I was warming up for races, when I was running and stuff. But other than that, I never used one. I'm sure you'd see people once in a while here and there have one, but it wasn't a big thing, I don't think. Yeah.
And then where do you go from there? You meet somebody, and then what? You give them your number?
I think we were
Your
just
house
chatting.
number?
I think we were just chatting, and we.
Because how do you like
got
follow
along.
up?
Yeah.
Because
you have to get
nowadays
a
it
house
would be,
number.
like Instagram
And I
or
don't
something like
remember if if I got her number or if she got my number. I don't remember that part. I just remember that we had to exchange numbers, and then I think I called her up and said, "Hey, let's hang out." She's like, "All right, let's do it." We hung out. We hung out a few times, and then it just sort of it became a little bit more.
That's cool.
And then it became less. I know that she was really hesitant because she was like Vietnamese, and I think she said, I remember her parents, her saying that like her parents didn't like the idea of her dating a white guy.
It's tough to be white sometimes.
Yeah. Can you do?
What can you do?
So there you be.
There you be. I'd be good. I'd be you. I'd be you.
How be ye? How be ye? Oh, I was looking through photos this afternoon, a little bit earlier this evening, and I saw a video of you that you made with a friend of yours
when I was like 10.
10 years old.
Yeah. I found that video.
How did you know?
Because I found that video like a couple weeks ago.
Which video?
The video of me with like playing football.
With Pavlov.
What?
I saw it with Pavlov.
Huh?
Isn't his name Pavlov?
The one where we go, Povilas,
Pavlov.
It wasn't with
dogs.
him, it was with Chris.
Povilas.
It was with Chris.
Oh, it was Chris?
That was with Chris.
And who's Pavlas?
Povilas.
He was another friend.
He was another friend. And he was supposed to come over to my house that day.
Yeah.
And
because it was Chris that you would
Yeah.
say like,
Yeah, so
"I've
we
lost the apostle," and then
yeah.
you'd get that on one knee across his hands.
Yeah,
And
so what we did was
how did you like come across that the other day, and I just saw it
I don't
tonight?
know, it was weird.
That's
But
really crazy.
I
And
came
that you
across
knew
it a
which one
couple
I was talking about.
yeah.
That's messed up.
Anyways, yeah, so I was just like, yo, let's make a video because he was supposed to come over to my place that day and like stay over, but we didn't. This when I was like 10 or 9 or
Yeah.
something, and so we had like this thing that I call him was Povey Less the Apostle, and this is weird. And so then we decided to make a tutorial on how to beat people playing football or
Right.
soccer, and so what it would be is I'd whisper in their ear, Povey Less the Apostle, and then they'd have to get down on their knees, get down on their knee, and like pray and be like, Povey Less the Apostle, and then they could continue. So I'd whisper in their ear and then take the ball and score.
Yeah, that's exactly what I saw.
Yeah. And then one time I pushed him down and like beat him up to get the ball instead of saying Povey Less the Apostle. And then I was like, oh crap. And I went back and said it to him. And then he did it and I still scored.
Yeah, it's pretty.
And then there was also
creative.
layers to it because I was talking at the beginning, I was talking about like the hair tie.
Yeah, I saw the hair tie one. It's like some of you might be wondering why I've got this hair tie.
Yeah, because I had like a unicorn horn like that. I was like, you might be wondering where I got this what do you call it, this hair tie from. I mean, you can buy them anywhere.
Yeah,
I got this one at a gas station.
Yeah.
No, actually the gas station my parents found me at. And then it goes to the rest of the video.
That we found you at.
Yeah. and then at the end it's just me like
gas station my parents bought me from.
Yeah. And then the last like 2 seconds or something is me just like that. It was cool. It was like, yeah. And then he got really mad that we did that video.
Who did?
Probably that.
We left it.
Because I think I posted it on YouTube. And
That's funny.
Yeah. Did you ever make any like home video tapes?
When I was a kid?
Yeah.
No. I don't think we had a recorder.
That would have been so cool to watch.
Yeah. No, I don't remember having any. I'm sure we got one at some point. But I don't think we really used it much.
Mm-hmm.
It was a pain back then to do anything. Like with making tapes, whether it's VHS or mixtapes. The mixtape was something special.
Mm-hmm.
That was something special because if you made a mixtape or if you received a mixtape, it didn't matter. That was big time. Hard work. Because it was work, it was effort that went into that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, time. You used to have to like record songs off of the radio. And then when they came out with a double cassette player.
And how do you know when they go on when they're on the radio?
Well, that's just it. You don't. So you just have to like have your tape in there, ready to go, queued up, so that when the song comes that you want to record, you're ready to go. Yeah. Like you actually have it already on record and play, but then you have the pause button. Mm-hmm. And so then you just have to hit the pause button, and so it comes off pause, and then it's recording. Yeah. And usually most songs, like when you would record them, you'd still get the first. If you wanted to get the beginning of the song, you would still hear some of the words that the DJ was saying. So annoying. So the key, the greatest piece of gold was when you could get like 2 or 3 songs that played in a row, and the song you wanted to record was like the second or third song. Well, it had to be the middle. It had to be a middle song. It couldn't be the first song being played in the set or the last song, because the last song in the set, the DJ would come on and start talking just as it's finishing up. Mm-hmm. So because they didn't ever want any pauses in sound, so that was annoying because then you'd have the double cassette player was amazing because then you could have the tape, the cassette of the songs or album that you wanted to record in one, and then your blank tape in the other, and that was freaking magic. Great. And what you'd also get good at is if you wanted to fast forward from this song to the next song, you would know that tape deck so well that if you press fast forward, you knew how long you had to press it for, and then you'd get right to the so you're right at the right spot, or at least really close to it. So you'd get good at where you're like, okay, fast forwarding 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. Those are the days, man. You got it so lucky.
When would you listen to music? Like just chilling,
Mostly if I was
driving.
now in my room, I listened to a lot of music when I'd always have something going when I
With
was
a
doing
record
homework.
player or with tapes? Or?
Both. I had a record player. I had tapes. Probably it was mostly with tapes though. And I'd always be listening to something just while I was doing homework, going to bed.
What kind of things did you listen to growing up?
I don't remember. Cat Stevens comes to mind. I really like Cat
You
Stevens.
listened to him when you were growing up?
Well, like when I was in high school, yeah. 17, 18, 16, 17, 18. I like a lot of stuff. The first cassette I ever got was Bryan Adams' Reckless.
Mm-hmm.
The first record vinyl I ever got was Twisted Sister. We're not going to take it.
Heck no.
But yeah, it'd be when that was in '89 when Reckless came out. I remember I got the Ghetto Blaster and I got the cassette for like Christmas or my birthday or something like that. And I'd just be like sitting on the floor in my bedroom, lying on the floor in my bedroom, playing Lego and listening to Bryan Adams.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. And it was a real bonus when you could get a cassette tape that had the lyrics to the songs on it.
Really?
Yeah, it didn't.
Oh yeah, because I've seen
once
that.
in a while you'd get that. You
I've
wouldn't
seen
get it very
that
often.
on records. They have like the lyrics.
Yeah.
On some of the images.
Sometimes you just get like a little paper. What do they call it? Leaflet, kind of not leaflet.
Yeah, just
the cover kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it was just like one piece. It came down, and one side would be sort of the cover of the cassette, and then make its loop, and that was it. But when you got one that was folded, and it had more info on it,
and I had
it's like, that's good, man. You didn't want.
What music do you listen to nowadays?
Nowadays, mostly country, folk, but not necessarily like just country. Like I would still put like Blue Rodeo in the country section, but folk music. I don't know what folk music's called. I don't know. Like easy rock kind of thing. Like,
what genre would you say I am?
I don't know. I don't know what you're listening to half the time.
No, what genre would you say I am?
Your music is? I don't know, because see, when I say folk, I think what goes on in my head is different than what would go on in most people's head when you say folk. What would you call it? More like I don't want to say indie because I don't even really know what that is.
No, I wouldn't call it indie.
Hey, I can rest that on your foot. It's magic.
I wouldn't call it indie.
No, I don't think I would either. But I don't want to call it folk. I don't want to call it rock.
But I think that's a good in
but
between.
It might be. It
I
is.
think that's a good in between.
Yeah. I don't know. Every once in a while I've got different playlists, but I usually, like today I had just Blue Rodeo radio playing on Spotify at the office in the waiting room. Not like that because it had like some Great Big Sea, Bare Naked Ladies in there, Gordon Lightfoot, Sky Diggers, Jeremy Fisher, stuff like that. But then other times I'll put on like Tom Waits and
I need to make a bunch of more playlists because like nowadays mostly what I listen to is I'll just go into my liked songs because I'll just find a song I like and then just listen to some of those and just put some on queue. But like I haven't gone through and made a bunch of playlists since like 2021 or something.
I need to make a new playlist for hockey.
And so a lot of my playlists are like punk rock. I used to listen to when I was like 13, 14.
I have to make a new hockey playlist because we always listen. I always put the playlist on over the speakers at the rink on the Thursday mornings and Wednesday lunch. But now we've heard that same playlist so often that I need to make a new playlist. I did make one though a little while ago that we haven't used yet, which is it's like Celtic rock, like hard rock Celtic stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, I gotta make a new one.
There's a lot of things we gotta do.
Yeah.
And I gotta go to the bathroom.
One of the things I'm going to do tomorrow, I was going to do it today, but I just need to lie down after working, is I got my strings for the cello.
Yeah.
So I'm going to string up my cello and start learning how to play.
Nice. Yeah. You should finish that song you're writing first.
Yes, I should do that too. All right, well,
wait, I was going to ask something. Yeah, how was work today? You went to work for the first time after surgery.
Yeah, that was tough. I was sweating because it was kind of painful. And I didn't do any side posture adjustments on anybody. I didn't want to hurt anything. And I was slowly more and more bent over as I was working. And yeah, maybe tomorrow will be a better day.
I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Catch you on the next episode of Dad
See you later.
Talks Kids.
Dad Talks Kids, but it's going to be a few days because my kids are going to Paris tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you take some good videos in Paris.
Of course.
Yeah. Try climbing the Eiffel Tower. Climb up the side.
I'll try. I'll climb a bit.
All right.
Peace, y'all.
See you later.
Ciao. You can just press that though. Don't touch it.
Press this button?
Yeah.